Good morning and welcome to this week's vlog. It's Saturday morning and we're down at plot 2 and I'm harvesting the Runa beans. This is what I've managed to get off so far. As you can see, a lot of them have already started to dry out. There's some of them that are still going to be okay to freeze and eat fresh, and the rest I'm just going to save for seed. At least I'm sort of 2/3 of the way down the row, which has worked out quite nicely really, because the Bolotto French beans are just starting to come, so I can get a little bit easier pickings on those. So I might leave that till next week though, or if I've got time this week I'll pick some and take them home. But you can see it's absolutely laden with beans in here. Now, I'm not 100% sure if these are the type that I can leave to go to seed and then just eat the actual beans themselves. So I'm going to do a little bit of a check on that. But yeah, there's absolutely hundreds. Collected all the leaves from the Runa beans, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this compost into my new compost bin and incorporate the leaves. So I'll do a layer of manure, a layer of leaves, a layer of manure, a layer of leaves, and so on. The bin didn't have a front on it, so what I've done is I've got 2 pieces of acrylic, don't know if you can see that in there, and just curled them round the outside, so hopefully it'll stop rats and things getting in, or at least discourage them. I don't think you'll ever stop them. So I'll turn the compost and see how it's looking. It's been there for a couple of weeks now, so it should start to rot down, so if I rotate it, it'll heat up again. Finally, I've noticed that the sweet corn's ready, so I'm just going to harvest that and I'm going to put the leaves and whatnot into the compost and cover it over with the horse manure. I'll cut the stems down as best I can in small pieces so they rot down a little bit quicker, and we'll just see how much pop. This is a popcorn variety, see how much we get. So we've got 18 good ears of popcorn, I think you call it. Got a couple that aren't so good, they haven't formed properly, so I'll clean those up a little bit and then take them home later. So I'll just cut the plants down, pop them into the compost. I've taken all of the sweet corn stalks out apart from one. As I was cutting them down, there was a lot of ladybirds living inside the little nooks and crannies, so I've decided to leave them this one as a natural habitat for them to overwinter in. And I've left the roots in the ground, they'll rot down over winter. So there's the stalks that won't be going in the compost because they're too fibrous. There's the corn, and there is the bag of bits. I'm just going to go and get a wheelbarrow full of horse manure now and mix it in with it. Good morning. It's been a busy morning on plot 2 today. I've managed to tidy up around a little bit. I've been working on my plans for next year of what I'm going to do with this plot. The main plan is I'm going to divide it up into beds which are roughly 2 meters wide and running across the width. So that'll be one bed, be another bed here, a third bed where the tarpaulin is, and a fourth bed up at the top. And I've not decided yet whether I want slabs, wood chip or grass paths, but at the moment that's not really anything to worry about. It's just trying to get hold of the wood at the moment because it's very expensive. But yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm going to work my way to. But as you can see, I've taken out all the calendula. I've left all the mare's tail where it is. I'm going to dig that out in a minute. And then I think that'll probably be me for the day because it all takes a lot longer than you think it does. But yeah, it's looking a bit of a state at the moment. I also want to sort this area out. I'm going to get rid of all that rubbish and junk that I've not used. It doesn't look like it's been used for years, so I'm going to get rid of it, and then I might turn that into the flower bed, because the calendula, I don't mind it self-seeding over there, but over here, as you can see on the file plot, I hoed that over a week ago and all the seeds are starting to come up. But so it's not going to be so much of a problem over here. Well, that's the plans for next year. This bed I'm just going to keep as it is. I maybe put a path at the edge and one in the middle, just so I can get around it a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with that now. I'm going to see if I can get this section all the mare's tail out, and this section. I've had the trusty tape measure out and I've got a plan for what I want to do with this this half of the plot. As you can see there, I've divided it up into 7 different beds, and in the centre there, that's the arch. I'm going to keep the arch there. I'm going to run a path up the middle, and then I'm going to grow my beans up there next year. So if you have a look at that from here, there's going to be 3 beds along there, central path, and then the rest of the beds will be up there. So I've just got to price up some timber now. Hopefully I should be able to find some pretty cheap on Facebook Marketplace, because I don't want to be paying DIY store prices. Yeah, but that's what I'm going to plan on doing today. I was going to dig that over, but the weather's started to turn, it's starting to rain. I'm getting pretty hungry anyway, so I'm going to call it a day for today. I think I've got a fair bit done, a good couple of hours work there, so I'm happy with that. And then before I go home, I'm going to take some of these bags of rubbish up to the council recycling dump and get them put in the green waste so they can be turned into compost, because I don't want to put mare's tail into my compost bins and spread it all over the place. It's bad enough as it is. So that's it for this week. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.